With the gate beside Hugo now unlocked, it's time to delve into the Hermit's cave. Pick up the attribute Purification Ampule on the table ahead. Watch your step as a trapwire on the ground will set off a burst of arrow traps from the nearby wall. After disarming or dodging the trap, move forward until you reach a large ravine. Hug the left side and drop from the wooden walkway down to a lower ledge. Continue descending along the cliff until you reach a platform holding a sawtooth wheel. Drop down once more, eliminating the carcass on a patrol. And cross over to grab a Radiant Ergo fragment. Head back left across the ravine. On the roof of a shack, pick up a special Purification Ampule. Look around as you will find multiple carcasses hanging from the ledges. If you have any throwables, it's wise to push them off the ledges so we don't have to deal with them later. Drop down into the interior of the shack to find someone's report notes. Exit the shack and turn left. Follow this path until you reach a fork. If you haven't dealt with the carcasses hanging from the ledge, there will be multiple carcasses here, so make sure to dispatch of them before taking the path to the right first. Here you'll find a half moonstone. You will spot another shack on the other side. Cross across the gap and perform a plunging attack on the enemy below the opening in the roof. A second enemy will charge from behind. Open the nearby chest to find a quartz. Then move out onto the landing to collect a chain. Exit the shack and continue ahead, clearing out a few more enemies along the path, including a tougher elite carcass. I dealt with this one earlier by using throwables. Take the ladder at the end of the platform, then drop down. Once you turn around, you'll find an electric blitz abrasive on the platform where we find a stargazer. Take the ladder down where a female carcass waits. Dispatch her and pick up the Dark Moon Moonstone of the Covenant, then prepare for another carcass who approaches shortly after. Across the ravine inside the shack, a giant axe-wielding carcass is waiting. Once the threat is taken care of, head inside the shack. Be cautious, a disruption crystal is active nearby. You can now loot the chest in the alcove, which contains the black steel cutter. Keep moving forward to pick up a throwing cell. Watch out for sudden ambushes. Enemies may drop from above, so make sure to snipe them from afar if possible. Also keep an eye out for more trapwires that can throw you off narrow walkways. Skip the nearby ladder for now and instead jump to the lower ledge to fight a carcass guarding a cluster grenade. Drop down again to deal with 2 more enemies and destroy another disruption crystal. One last enemy stands in your way before moving forward. Once defeated, continue through the tunnel deeper into the cave. I have seen the revelation of the blue butterfly. They have asked me to free them from this prison of time. The fairy is far, the fairy is crying. The hands on the clock have gone round and round to find the boy's future. At the end of the cave, An advanced elite carcass awaits. I timed that bad. What was that about? It talked! It spoke to me! Defeating the advanced carcass grants you the Misty Era record. Finally, head upstairs. I leave the butterflies riding here. Now it's time to get out of the string. In this room, you will find a safe which contains the Black Cat's hunting apparel and an additional quartz. With that, we have completed this area. Return back to Hotel Krat, and if you haven't already, speak with Antonia to receive the secret chord needed for the piano. We covered this step in the previous episode. Once you have it, play the melody at the piano, and a hidden passage will open. Step inside to continue. Once you reach the hidden entrance to the Relic of Trismegistus, activate the Stargazer. Begin by grabbing the Dark Moonstone of the Covenant near the lift just beside the Stargazer. Once collected, drop down the ledge and head through the tunnel ahead.
Who would have guessed all this was beneath the hotel?
Follow this path until it opens into a wide chamber.
Maybe I haven't got.
I'm underground, but I see a butterfly. Have I gone mad, or is it from another world? Make your way down this stone staircase, where your lantern will glow, signaling the presence of a dimensional butterfly. There are 3 in total, scattered throughout this area, each dropping a different kind of loot. A half moonstone, a full moonstone of the Covenant, and an enhanced alchemical booster. These butterflies are quick, so don't expect to take them all out in one go. You can always rest at the Stargazer and return, dispatching of them one by one. After dealing with the butterflies, look for a ledge near a fire pit where you will find a technique crank. From there, turn back and take the opposite incline upward. The path here is littered with trap plates, so watch where you go. There are a few puppets hidden in this area. Make sure to dispatch of them. After taking out the puppets, you come across a dark moonstone and a star fragment a bit further up. Backtrack and take the lower path now instead. A tin soldier will smash through the wall ahead. This one is quite tough to deal with, so take your time with it. Once it's defeated, you can claim the Iron Wall Amulet. Off to the other side, you'll see a broken bridge. Cross it to reach a chest containing the Cursed Knight's halberd. Path that points stick close to the left wall to discover a phone booth, offering a new riddle from Arlecchino.
And it's another What a time to be alive! Is Geppetto's creation a killer?
Choose yes to earn the Chosen One's Trinity Key. Drop down to a lower section where 2 worker puppets are waiting. Dispatch them, then move forward to take out a 3rd. Cross the next bridge ahead carefully. A 4th puppet is hidden to the left. When they're all defeated, pick up a vivid ergo crystal nearby. Do not drop down to pick up the item you're spotting below. Instead, circle around and drop onto a ledge off the left side of the bridge. There, next to a column, you will find Germany's iron protection and have a chance to drop down and attack the hound that's patrolling the area before it reacts. Once the hound is handled, you can move on to the brawler. Once the brawler is down, loot the chest in the area to grab a Legion caliber. Then use the nearby ladder to get back up. You can reach 2 half moonstones here. One by jumping across to a tall column, and one by hopping down the nearby ledge which we saw earlier. When you're ready, head up the stairs to reach the entrance to the Relic of Trismegistus combat field. In this rematch, you'll be up against all the younger members of the Black Rabbit Brotherhood simultaneously. It is as chaotic as it sounds. The fight is designed so that only one of them actively engages you at a time, however, that only works in theory, and oftentimes they will still gang up on you. It is sad that if you get too close or accidentally hit them, they will retaliate. However, in my experience, keep your eyes out for the other siblings as they might still come at you even if you're keeping your distance, or they will attack you with ranged weapons or throwables. To know which sibling will attack you at that given moment, listen to their voice. You will be able to tell from that which will come at you. Each of the siblings does different elemental damage. The eccentric wields a pole arm and does electric blitz. The youngest sister uses dual swords and inflicts decay, and the battle maniac, which is I think the second eldest brother, uses a sever and inflicts fire damage. Each of those siblings are weak to different elemental type. I simply go with whatever element they're not wielding and using that against them. So for the eccentric, I would use either decay or fire. For the battle maniac, I would use either electric blitz or decay. And for the youngest sibling, I would use either fire or electric blitz. Other than that, I cannot really give you much of a suggestion how to deal with them. So you either learn how to parry them, or you learn how to evade them and then attack, or if you can land a backstab on them, do that. Bring consumables, but I would advise to not use up all your consumables in the first phase. And the second phase will bring out a different tier of difficulty.
This is for my brother. I
Out of the 3 siblings, identify the one with the highest remaining health and focus on bringing them down to as low as possible before defeating the other 2. The moment 2 siblings are taken out, the second phase will begin, and you don't want to be stuck fighting the last one, with the eldest joining the battle. By softening up the strongest sibling ahead of time, you can quickly finish them off as soon as the other 2 fall, making the phase transition much easier to manage. That is the reason why you saw me running away from the battle maniac and deflecting his attacks as much as possible. But it seemed useless because he kept running after me, so I decided in the end to deal with it after all. When the eldest joined the fight, he begins with his weapon glowing blue before unleashing a wide sweeping energy wave. This attack can be dodged or blocked by hiding behind cover, but if you're still trying to handle the last sibling during this moment, avoiding it becomes much harder. That's why I'll stress it again, finish off the final sibling before the eldest appears, or you risk getting overwhelmed immediately at the start of phase 2. The eldest brother's moveset is largely the same as in the earlier fight from Malum District, but now he has access to upgraded fury attacks, including a charging slash and a backhand swing. The most dangerous addition is a 7-hit combo that chains together alternating slashes and ends with a fury finisher. Personally, I gave up trying to memorize the pattern. It was too much after the chaos of phase 1. Instead, I chose to play defensively, dodging through his attacks until he exhausted himself and dropped to one knee, opening a clean window to punish. Try to focus on landing hits when safe, aiming to break his stance for a fatal attack. Be careful, even when staggered, he doesn't kneel immediately. He'll still throw out a few final swings before dropping. Don't rush in and get caught. After you landed the first dance break and got his health down by a lot, then this is the ideal moment to use the throwables you've been holding onto from the first phase, especially grenades and shot puts, which can give you the upper hand and lead to an additional stance break or finish him off altogether. If you managed this boss fight, then congratulations, you made it quite far. Unfortunately, it doesn't get easier from this point onwards. However, let's push on. Turn on the Stargazer and go through the tunnel next, until you find Alidoro. If you haven't already, make sure to purchase the Frozen Feast boss weapon from Alidoro before moving on to the next step. This weapon is needed for a quest that we will be doing before finishing the game. After purchasing it, talk to him and choose the option about the reason for betraying the hotel.
I'm just a guest here, with no special obligation to the hotel.
And about Alidoro's identity. You find out that he used to be the Hound's partner, but he killed him over money and took his identity. You can choose to fight the fake Alidoro to get his cryptic vessel, which you need to finish Eugenie's quest.
You've got to be joking. Don't You're like a human.
There's also a chest nearby with the Great Venini collection. After that, go back to the hotel. When you get back to the hotel, go to the spot where Alidoro used to stand. There, you'll find
Hey.
rookie explorer
I didn't
Hugo.
think we'd meet again.
Talk to him about the real Alidoro's death, and he'll start selling weapons and amulets in exchange for rare boss Ergo. Next, go to the other side of the hotel and give the Great Venini collection to Pulcinella. This will expand his shop, and he'll give you a Radiant Ergo chunk. You can also check out his updated inventory, which now includes new grindstones and defensive gear. Then talk to Venini. He'll explain that the puppets weren't breaking the Grand Covenant and were actually using Ergo wavelength to communicate. He'll play a message from the King of Puppets, which says all puppets must follow their creator, and that creator is Geppetto.
Carlo, I hope you can hear me.
After this, you'll have a choice to either tell the truth that Geppetto caught the puppet frenzy, or to lie that you couldn't hear anything, which increases your humanity. For the sake of completion, we will lie here. Talk to Venini again, and he'll decode Alidoro's cryptic vessel. This will reveal that Alidoro was Eugenie's brother. Afterward, go speak with Eugenie and choose one of the two options. To tell the truth that he was Eugenie's older brother, or to lie, I think he was just a talented stalker. This quest is one of the more annoying ones in the game, as either choice results in obtaining a record. This is one of the reasons why you must go into NG Plus and collect all of the records again. So if you lie, you get one record, and if you tell the truth, you get another record. For the sake of this walkthrough, and to receive all of the humanity, I will be lying and receiving the Far East Princess record alongside a humanity. You can talk to Venini one more time to learn more about his past. He will confirm that an awakened puppet murdered his parents, and that puppet was Arlecchino, the King of Riddles. He'll also give you the King of Puppets message, which you can replay at any Stargazer. With all our objectives and the hotel wrapped up, go back to the Relic of Trismegistus and follow the tunnel until you reach the spot where you first met Alidoro. Take the stairs down on the left and keep going along the path to find a full moonstone. After that, head inside another tunnel until you reach the dock. There you will find an ad on the floor with the Great Venini and Pistris the submarine. Pull the lever to summon the submarine. Tune in for next episode where we will be going through the Black Seaside and ascend Arch Abbey.